Hi, everybody. Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days and 5 minutes on this Tuesday, the 19th of March, St. Joseph's Day. Happy name day to me and all the Joes out there. And also, we'll have the Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We had some technical difficulties last night, thanks to YouTube, but I think everything seems to be working today so far. So keep your fingers crossed tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. So we are still in between low pressure that's out to the east and high pressure that is centered in the lower Mississippi Valley. There were freezes across the deep south this morning, temperatures bottoming out in many areas in the 20s. In the Northeast and Mid Atlantic states, a chilly morning, and we still have a bit of a pressure gradient. So we're going to be dealing with breezy conditions. It's not going to be overly windy, but we certainly could see gusts in a range of 20 to 30 miles an hour, especially during the late morning and afternoon hours, and particularly along coastal areas. And we're going to probably be dealing with breezy conditions right into Thursday before the gradient relaxes. But at least weather conditions are dry. We've got a weak weather front up in the northern plains that's going to be coming through late tomorrow, and there won't be much with it, but there'll be another shot of colder air that'll come in for Thursday and for Friday. Weather conditions are quiet out in the west. And actually, if you look across the United States this morning, as of 7:30 Eastern Time, most of the nation is experiencing calm weather with clear skies or mostly clear skies. We do have troughing over the Great Lakes in the Northeast, so we're continuing to see areas of clouds and lake effect snows in the lake effect areas from eastern Ohio northeastward through up parts of upstate New York and into northwestern New England. And then another trough and maybe another round of lake effect snows will come into play for Wednesday night into Thursday. And you can see what's happening on the radar this morning. We've got these patchy areas of snow showers across Pennsylvania and upstate New York. We've got some more up in the northern lakes. The area is sliding to the southeast. We'll probably have some clouds with this, but not much more. There were a few showers in southeast Florida this morning. Otherwise, the rest of the country is quiet as far as the radar is concerned. Now, with regards to rainfall, because we do have a storm system at the end of the week and for Saturday in the east, and we're looking at 3/4 of an inch to maybe some areas could wind up with an inch plus. Heavier rains along the coastal Carolinas. Also, we're looking at 1.5 inches or more of rain over the next 7 days up and down the Mississippi and Missouri River Valley. And as the drought conditions that still lingered into this past winter continue to just be alleviated up and down the Mississippi Valley, thankfully. And we have heavy precipitation being indicated over the next several days in the Pacific Northwest with several inches or more, particularly along coastal areas and in the Cascades, the Sierra Nevadas, and on up into the northern Rockies. As far as snow is concerned, and this takes us into Friday morning, you can see the high probabilities mainly in lake effect areas and also up in northern New England, where we have up to 100% chance for at least two. If we want to take a look at the 4 inch probabilities, they remain high in most of north central New York, southwestern New York, northern Vermont, northern New Hampshire, and the northern half of the state of Maine. For places further west around the Great Lakes, so we're looking at the northern Great Lakes, northern Michigan, upper peninsula, and the northern part of the lower peninsula, and high probabilities for at least two. Also from the southern half of Minnesota, actually also including Wisconsin, southern half of Minnesota, northwestward through North Dakota, and back up into northern Montana. Not much going on over the next 72 hours out along the west coast. So, a nice day today, a breezy day today. You see a lot of those isobars there during this Tuesday. So those gusty winds, but those winds will be bending more westerly, and that's going to allow temperatures to warm up. We'll be in the 40s today in eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England. And we'll see those temperatures rise up into the 50s tomorrow because we'll be ahead of another cold front that comes through with maybe a late day shower late afternoon and evening, and there'll be some snow showers going on up to the north. in upstate New York and New England, and then another cold high tries to build in for Thursday and Friday. Thursday's going to be the coldest day of the week with temperatures in a lot of places having a tough time getting down into the mid 20s and low 30s Wednesday night, and probably no higher than no low to mid 40s in most areas in eastern PA to southern New England on Thursday. Then we've got this energy in the west, and we're going to see a low develop in the western Gulf of Mexico and move eastward. I think Friday is going to be fine, sunshine, maybe some late day arriving clouds, and then low pressure moves into the southeast and then turns northward up the east coast. The models seem to come into more of an agreement with this. So it looks like we'll get into some rain and down the eastern seaboard during Friday night and most of Saturday. In fact, I think we could probably get into some heavier rain Saturday mid morning to mid afternoon as the low goes by, and it's going to keep on moving. At least from what we see, there's a little bit of some disagreement in some models that it may not quite do this, but going along with the with vast majority of them would take this low on up to the northeast. That should allow for improving and chilly weather conditions coming in for Sunday, which is Palm Sunday. And this week actually doesn't look too terrible. We're going to have to keep an eye on an onshore flow possibility. And there is a weather front that's probably going to come through in the middle part of the week. Most of the energy with that goes by to our north, at least from what we see at the moment. So no major storms to deal with, just the usual nonsense that you see when you move into a new season like we just have, because it is now springtime. So Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight at 8 p.m. Tomorrow night will be at 7:30, and Thursday we will also be on at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So we will see you then.